This video presentation has been classified by the ABC as M. It contains material that is not recommended for persons under 15 years.
As well as watching this vodcast, you can watch Good Game on ABC2 every Monday night and ABC1 late on Friday nights after Triple J TV with the Doctor. What type of gamer are you? It's a simple question with two answers, hardcore or casual. Odds are, if you're watching this show, you'd classify yourself as a hardcore gamer. A gamer who spends at least some of each and every day playing a video game. A person who could translate the complete works of Shakespeare into LeetSpeak. A person who owns a beast of a machine with dual screens and adjustable fan speed. And at least 3 consoles, one of them dating back to the very first Christmas you can remember. Thanks, Santa, but I really wanted a Mega Drive. At the other end of the scale, there's the casual gamer. Chances are, if you're forcing someone else to watch this show with you, they are a casual gamer. A gamer who can happily discuss the in-depth tactics of Bejeweled. A gamer who's actually spent points on a new outfit for their avatar. Anyone with a cat named GLaDOS. And to the hardcore, the casual gamers should be treated with utter contempt. But the times they are a-changing. Over the last year or so, a new type of game has emerged. And no matter how much we try, we can't squeeze it into either the casual or the hardcore box. Take, for example, a game like Portal. Now, I know we bang on and on about Portal on the show, but with good reason. It's awesome in the face. Not only the brilliant use of the Portal gun, but it had a great story. It created atmosphere, managed some great surprises. It has one of the best boss fights ever, and it has a song that gets in your head. It would drive you crazy if it wasn't so good.
While you're dying, I'll be still alive. And when you're dead, I will be still alive.
See what I mean? And it's short. Most gamers finished Portal in well under 4 hours. Well and truly a casual game's duration, yet it still managed to please just about everyone, including the hardest of the hardcore. Another game with a foot firmly in both camps is World of Goo. Like Portal, it's a physics-based puzzler, but what made it so good was its clever level design. The levels were just tricky enough to make you feel like you had done a great job when you collected enough bits of goo. It even let you quit and move on when things got too tricky. But for the hardcore player, there were extremely challenging OCD settings. All this cleverness is wrapped up in warm and fuzzy graphics in a game that you can play for 5 minutes or 5 hours. It's a masterpiece. Masterpiece can also be used to describe Braid. Braid is mind-bendingly challenging, and even the most experienced gamer groaned with the strain of so many brain cells going into overdrive. And yet on the surface, it's just this 2D platformer, handily divided into 6 different chapters, collecting nothing more exciting than puzzle pieces. So what are we seeing here? Mitch Karpata, in his excellent blog Insult Sword Fighting, thinks that the time has come for a new taxonomy, it's a fancy word for class, of gamer. He calls them tourists, players that are in search of a fulfilling gaming experience in a relatively short space of time. Because the truth is, as we get older, real life interferes with the time we have to game. Families, work, domestic duties, and the socializing thing I keep hearing about. Once upon a time, gaming was seen as the preserve of the young, something you should grow out of. No way. In fact, those who have spent their time looking into this have found that gamers don't stop playing. They just get older. And these gamers are in search of good games that fit into their big grown-up lives. For them, the thought of a 50-hour open-ended sandbox with a gazillion side missions and multiple endings is enough to send them running to the latest incarnation of Peggle. Extreme Fever, yeah! It's not that they don't appreciate these massive games, they just don't have the time to play them. And yet they spit in the face at the notion of being labeled a casual gamer. Just a few years ago, everyone was talking about next-gen hardware, and then we saw next-gen graphics. And then the big question came, what about next-gen gameplay? What's that going to be like? Well, this is it. Games like Braid, Portal, World of Goo, and many others like the thought-provoking Flower, these games don't punish you for leaving. They can be resumed almost instantly, and they have simple learning curves. They can be digested in small, meaty, bite-sized chunks, and yet still leave your gamer's belly full. As the gaming industry matures, outdated terms like hardcore and casual will become increasingly irrelevant and make way for new terms like casucore or tourist or weekend warrior or I was once a hardcore gamer but now due to life commitments I'm seeking a smaller but more satisfying experience. Or maybe not that last one.